Shalom. This is our Cal from Jim's journey with a new lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, honor, and thanks unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, KABAD. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles from Millstone, taught us the truth. Peace and blessings, salutations to the Akim out there who spread his truth and sincerity, offers charity, and 100% truth across the four winds. To you all, I say Shalom. Okay, and of course, a big Shalom to the elect, man. So this lesson will be about soon there won't be any conflict inside you. Okay, what I mean by that is we have to understand that our flesh and our spirit are constant conflict, constant fight. Okay, so that we can't do the things that we want. So let's read that real quick. This is Galatians chapter 5 verse 16. This is said then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. See, so the lust of the flesh is constant there, but if you walk in the spirit, you won't fulfill it. Verse 17. For the flesh lusted against the spirit. Let's go into the word lust. It's like, yeah. The word lust, what does it mean? To turn upon a thing. See? To have desire for. Lust to lust after, covet of those who seek things forbidden. Okay. So this is the word lust. Let's go real quickly with against. No, so like what's the wrong word? I want to look up, let's keep on reading. For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. These are contrary the one to the other. Okay, let's real quick look at the word contrary. That was the word I want to look up and think. And it says, see, to be set over against, opposite to oppose, adverse, withstand. See? So we stand, the flesh stands against the spirit and basically want to fight against each other. Okay, let's real quick look up the word oppose. Oppose, speak or act against. See, to speak or act against. See, so fight against, resist, rival. Okay, and the other words, so like, give me a second. Adverse. Let's quickly look up the word adverse. It means preventing success or development, harmful, unfavorable. See, so basically, flesh is against the spirit, man. The spirit against the flesh. So you have a constant conflict inside you. Okay, let's read it again. Galatians 5 and 17. For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. Why? For example, you say, hey, I'll do something for the spirit. You know, I want to go into the scriptures, I want to hit the precepts. What happens? Satan uses your flesh against you. Satan hops on your flesh, be like, nah, just rest, just take a quick nap, take sleep. You know, just watch a movie, just watch an anime episode or something like that. You know, just hit the girl up and spend the day with the girl instead of with the scriptures. So the flesh is fighting against the spirit, because it says, let's look that real quick up. So it says, but I was also one Luke. So look here. Let me real quick look it up on my phone. Spirit willing. Can't find, so let's real quick look that up in Matthew chapter 26 and 41. And it says here in the KJV, where is it? Yeah. Watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation. See how Shadow speaks. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. See, so the spirit is willing. The spirit want to do the things. The spirit want to please Yahweh, but the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. I'm gonna fight against it. Okay. So going back to Galatians 5 and 17, for the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. So like I said before, you want to do things in the spirit, you want to study, you want to pray, you want to fast, do these things, but your flesh fighting against them. The other way around also. Sometimes you think like, hey, maybe I should just, you know, take a little bit of rest for the balance, and then your spirit fights against that, man. Because now, like, I have to do this and this. So you have a constant conflict inside you. You have a constant fight inside you. Okay? But this is going to be taken away in the kingdom. because we're going to be made perfect. The law is going to be written in our inner part. We can't go off anymore. We're going to be perfect, man. Okay, and when you go into the word perfect, like I had before, this, right there, perfect, what does it mean? Flawless, ideal, complete. So we're going to be complete, man. We're going to be complete. Okay, we're going to be we're going to be filled with the knowledge of understanding to 100%. We're going to have the full knowledge of understanding in the kingdom, and we won't be able to sin anymore. Why? Because the law is going to be written in our inner part, in our minds. So we can't sin anymore. The fleshly lust is going to be taken away, basically, because it says also here in Jeremiah 17:9 says this. Okay, right now this is our mind. The heart, which is our mind. Let's real quick show that. The word heart in the Hebrew means love. What does it mean? Inner man, mind. Okay, love in the Hebrew, and this means inner man, mind. So your mind is what? Let's go back. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So the heart is deceitful above all things. Okay, our heart is deceitful, it's wicked. Let's real quick look up the word deceitful. It says akwap. Okay, akwap. And it says here deceitfully, sly, insidious, slippery. See? And that's true of the mind, man. Your mind want to slip away the whole time because you're thinking about the thing. For example, I was trying to meditate upon certain things today, and then my mind wanted to drift all the way to another subject. I was like, nah, man, this can't be. And that's true, man. You know, your mind is slippery and desperately wicked. Okay. And it says what in the Hebrew for wicked? In this verse, ayash. Okay. Ayash, and it means what? To be weak, sick, frail. Okay. Be incurable. See, so basically you can't be healed. Okay, very sick, to be sick, desperate, incurable, desperately wicked, woeful, very sick. So basically our mind is weak and sickly and corrupt right now. Okay, but this corruptible is going to be changed, man. The Supreme Power of YAHWAH, because right now in the condition that we are, we have to think constantly about this one. 1 Peter 2:11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lust. So we the whole time fighting against these fleshly lusts, against these old desires, okay, against the basic abominations that our flesh want to commit, like adultery, being a sodomite, being a witch, being a warlock, okay, rounding up. Basically, everybody got his own fleshly desires, okay. By some brothers it's more, and some brothers it's less. For example, we say, I got a problem with lining up. I want always to line up my hair. Another brother has no problem with this. Say, I never really wanted to do it. I just did it because it was a habit, you know. Another brother has had a heavy spirit back in the day in the world from adultery, man. He wanted to commit adultery 24/7, basically. But another brother has basically, not this urge, man. He said like, nah, I don't fuck with bitches that has man shit, you know, things like that. So everybody got his own fight, his own fleshly lust. But we have to understand that at the end, the Supreme Power of YAHWAH we're going to be perfected, and all this is going to be gone. This, see, like it says here, this war against your soul going to be gone. So let's read that again. 1 Peter 2:11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims. Okay, because this is the thing that we're going to be soon, man. Pilgrims. Because we're seeing more and more happen. Soon we're going to be cut off from this whole society and have to be pilgrims, man. Abstain, so keep away from fleshly lusts, okay, which war against your soul, which is your spirit. So basically, which fight against your soul, which is your spirit. So the fleshly lust fights against your spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. So we have this constant fight inside of us. We have this constant worry, doubt, fear, all these things inside of us. And this is going to be soon taken away. This conflict inside of us, which also between faith and unfaithfulness, okay, and the doubt and everything going to be taken away through YAHWAH, man. Let's get real quick another precept. 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as Hamashiach Yahushai has suffered for us in the flesh, so Yahushai suffered in the flesh, man, because he was perfect. He didn't commit a sin, like it says in Hebrews chapter 4. And also at the end he gave his life for us, man. Arm yourself likewise, with the same mind. So we should be ready to suffer in the flesh right now, but soon the sufferings gonna be taken away to the supreme power of Yahawah. For he that suffers in the flesh has ceased from sin. That's true, because your flesh want to sin. Your flesh want to commit all these filthy, wicked acts. Okay, but your spirit want to do the righteous things of Yahawah. So if you suffer in the flesh, if you basically modify your members, if you kill the flesh, you cease from sin, because you won't do the same sins or as much sin as you did when you came to the truth. Okay. Then let's real quick go to Romans chapter 8 verse 5, and it says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh." See, so we have still this fight in us that, hey, of course we do the salakia, because of course people of the world do mind the things of the flesh, because the fleshly things are the worldly things. Okay, showing off, do whatever you want, just do it, things like that. The so-called free will spirit. Okay, but they that are of the spirit, the things of the spirit. So we have these things. We have this salakia. Our mind goes after the spirit. So we're thinking about the things of the spirit, like this, like the kingdom, how we can be a better man, how we can please Yahawah. Okay, how we can grow in the knowledge of understanding, what we can do better, what's going on with us, what we're doing wrong, things like that. Okay, but the things still we have in the back of our mind, these fleshly thoughts. Okay, the things of the world. Can I make it? Especially when it comes to this truth. Think, hey, can I still make a career? Can I still do these things? No, you can't. These things have to come aside, man. For Yahawah, because it says, verse 6, "For to be carnally minded is death." So fleshly thinking is death. Because when you think fleshly, you think only for the moment. When you think fleshly, you only think for the now. For example, we say like in the movies, okay? Don't you think like these people that basically commit adultery with another man's wife? So a man's coming up and his female is a whore, and she's like, yeah, just take me. You know, don't you think he only thinks for the moment? He don't think long term? He only thinks for the moment, man. Because instead of thinking long term, you're like, yeah, hey, if I do this right now, I'm guilty of that, man. You know, I'm guilty of that, and I can be put to death for that, man. And the man, thinking not even on the low level, the man can come against me. You know, the man can hunt me down and want to kill me and the wife. Things like that, man. I can finish the marriage of them, so on and so forth. And then on the spiritual level, the spiritual man would be there, and instead of thinking like, hey, if I do this right now, Yahweh is gonna destroy me, man. I know that we shouldn't do it, but I'm still gonna do it. The Lord gonna judge me for that, because it says in Hebrews chapter 10 verse 26, it says that. Let's get that real quick, man. Hebrews 10:26, "For if we sin willfully," let's real quick look at willful. Okay, so okay, willful, strong-willed, okay, unreasonable. See, eager. So if it's an eager, done on purpose, intentionally, do to one's own will. See, if you do it intentionally, if you know it's wrong, but you say, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. What does the Lord say, man? Verse 10:26. "For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth," see, after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. See? And that's the thing. So willful sin, there's no more sacrifice anymore. So a spiritual man would think like this, hey, if I do this right now, the Lord gonna despise me, because this is an abomination. The Lord hates abominations. So you have this conflict, constant conflict in you, because your spirit don't want to do this shit, man. Your spirit don't want to sleep with a married woman. There are so many females out there. So why you would take another man's wife? Why? Then especially from a man of the truth. There you have really heavy demons upon you. But still, it's a conflict fight in your spirit and between your spirit and your flesh. But this conflict gonna be done away with in the kingdom, man. Because the law is gonna be written on our inward part, and we can't sin anymore. The flesh gonna be done. The flesh gonna be fully modified, 100%, man. Okay. So going back to Romans 8:6, "For to be carnally minded is death." So like I said, these people of the world just think short term. They just think for the moment, but they don't think what's gonna happen in the long run. Okay, this is gonna be their death, because instead of seeking Yahweh right now, they're like, nah, man, I wanna do my thing right now, want to have pleasure, want to seek these females, especially in this lockdown time, things like that. But to be spiritual minded is life and peace. Why? Because you think like, hey, I have to seek YAHAWASHI right now, then I'm going to get salvation at the end. Okay, I'm going to have to seek YAHAWASHI right now for the times to come, for Jacob's trouble, for the hunting, for the persecution arising against us, for the famine of the world. I have to seek the Lord right now, 10 times more. Verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. So the carnal mind, the fleshly mind, is basically an enemy against the Most High. Okay, so he's against the Most High, he's an enemy. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, so it's not under the law of the Most High, it's not following it, neither indeed can be. Okay? Neither it can be. It can't be. So the flesh can't serve YAHAWASHI, only the spirit can. Verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. See? So we have to leave the flesh behind us and have to follow the spirit. But still, the flesh is kicking in here and there. The old man is trying to creep up again. But we have to understand that at the end, all this is going to be gone. This constant conflict inside of us, this constant worry, this constant doubt, this constant fear, that we won't make it and things like that, going to be gone. Why? Because we made it. Because we made it into the kingdom. Okay? So now going to... let's read verse 9 also. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. See? So if the KABAD is in us, we are not of the flesh, but in the spirit. But still, the spirit is fighting against the flesh, because the flesh is still there. Okay? Now, if any man have not the spirit of Yahushua, he is none of his. See? Because we fall short of the glory. We rehearse the righteous acts. Okay? So, that's the thing. We rehearse the righteous acts and fall short of the glory of Yahuwah. So we got the spirit of Yahuwah in us, but still the flesh is there and trying to creep back in. And sometimes it's going to win. But we have to overcome at the end. Okay? It's Ephesians chapter 4 verse 17. This I say therefore, okay, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, see, as the heathen walk, in the vanity of their mind. See, because you walk in the vanity of the mind. Hey, do I look good? Do it this and that third. Hey, is everybody looking at me? Do I get enough attention? I have to get this new car. I have to get these worldly things. I have to get praise from men. Things like that. This is vanity of the mind of the heathen man. Having the understanding darkened, see? So the understanding, the light is darkened. They're blind, being alienated from the life of the Most High to the ignorance, not knowing that is in them. See? So basically, being alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance, and ignorance means not knowing that is in them because the blindness of the heart. So the heart is blind to YAHAWASHI. Their heart is made fat, like it says in Isaiah. Okay, they're blinded. Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, so wicked desires, wicked lust, to work all uncleanness with greediness. See? This is what we did before, man. This is what people still do. The 2/3 to other nations, and this is what we did before. We acting like the heathens, man. Okay? But we turn from it. RAWCHAA on the straight and narrow path following YAHAWASHI now. But ye have not so learned HaMashiach, Yahushai. If so be that ye have heard him, okay, and have been taught by him, as truth is in Yahushai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation to old men. So if you be taught by Yahushai, if you heard Yahushai, which is this word, then put off from the former conversation to old man, which is corrupt. See, so it's still corrupt, according to deceitful lusts. And that's the old man, that's the flesh, this is the old you. Okay, it's corrupt, according to deceitful lusts, selfish, wicked, want to do all kinds of abominations, have no laws, want to do what I want, prideful. Okay, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. See, so renewed. Let's look that word up. To renew in the mind. To renew. So make it new. Okay, renew. Make it fresh again. Okay, again, new means fresh. So make it fresh again. So make your mind fresh again with what? With the washing by the water of the word, which is this truth. Like it says in Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26 real quick. And it says that ye might sanctify and cleanse you, and sanctify means clean it with the washing of water by the word. So clean your mind by the washing of water by the word, man. So seek the word of Yahweh and wash yourself by it, man. So going back to Ephesians 4 and 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man, which is the fresh man, which is fresh born in Yahweh right now in the spirit, but at the end going to be manifest physically. Why? Because we're going to get new bodies, which means fresh bodies, extraterrestrial bodies, man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Okay, and that's the thing. So we have to put on the new man. We have to be the new man right now, showing you that the old man has to be put in the back and the new man in the front. But still the old man is back here and want to come back in the front again. Okay, so you have the constant conflict between you, between the old man and the new man, between the flesh and the spirit. Okay, that's why it says here in Colossians chapter 3 verse 4, when Yahawashi, who is our life, shall appear. See, when Yahawashi is going to come back, when he returns, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. So when Yahawashi is going to come back, we're going to appear, the elect going to appear with Yahawashi in glory. Okay, because like it says 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16, hey, they're going to be, or 14, 16, they're going to be, basically the elect going to be caught up in the cloud, and so be ever with the Lord, man. I'm going to be changed. Okay, verse 5, modify therefore, when you go into the word modify means to kill. Okay, let's do that real quick. Modify, to kill, destroy the life of, see, destroy, overwhelm, punish. So basically kill your flesh, kill the fleshly desires. That's what it means. See, modify therefore your members which are upon the earth. See, so modify the lust, kill the lust of the flesh, which is fornication. Okay, uncleanness, inordinate affection. Let's really look that up, man. Inordinate. So like inordinate, unusual affection. See, excessive. So unusual affection. When you go into the word affection, what does it mean? Okay, let's do that real quick. Affection. See, gentle feeling of fondness, liking, or what you see, affection. Okay, so basically unorderly love, which is, for example, bestiality, or homosexuality, or transgenderism, man. Evil concupiscence. Let's really look up concupiscence. Strong sexual desire, lust. See, wicked desire of the lust, homosexuality, and covetousness, which is adultery. Okay, because you have to understand, you covet for something, you make it an idol. You give it your all for it, man. For example, you covet just after money. You make this your first priority, man. But your first priority should be Yahawashi. Verse 6, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience. See, so because they follow these things, the wrath of the Most High comes on the children that don't want to listen. Disobedient, because when you're obedient, you listen. Disobedient means you don't listen. In the which ye also walk sometimes. See, we all was these people when you lived in them. We all lived in these things, but now we left them behind to the spirit of Yahawashi. Okay, we left them behind now, but still they can creep back up. They can come back. Only because you killed them once, don't you think they're gonna come back? Don't you think Satan's gonna try it again? See, don't you think Satan's gonna try the same thing that he used 2 years ago back at you? So you still have this conflict in you. And we never be perfect till Yahawashi gonna come back. So we have this conflict in us right now, but it's gonna be done away from the kingdom, man. That's the beautiful thing that uplifts me, because we're gonna be fully righteous. Okay, like it says, let's get there real quick. And 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise to Yahawashi as promise, look for new heavens, so new rulership, a fresh rulership, and a new earth, a fresh earth, a renewed and fresh earth to dwell in, wherein dwelleth righteousness. See, so we look for a new kingdom where dwelleth righteousness, man. That's the thing. So going back to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 8. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. See, this all the old man, wrath, angry. But still it creeps back up. Sometimes you flip for no reason, because you in this moment had a weak point and then boom, it comes up. So you're still in a constant conflict. That's why it says fight the good fight of faith, man. Because we're still fighting. We're in spiritual warfare, like it says in Ephesians, man. Let's get there real quick. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse straight to the point. Verse 12. Well, let's start at 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. See? So be strong in the Lord and the power of his might, man. Be strong in YAHAWASHI. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So put on this word, man. The whole armor is this word, this truth. Put it on, okay? That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because when we have the truth fully on, the full protection, we have the faith, we have the knowledge and understanding, okay? We have the patience, we have the humbleness, we have the, basically, the, what is it called? I forgot the topic, what is it called? Give me a second. We have the, basically, criteria, okay, of YAHAWASHI, the humbleness, the meekness, righteousness. Okay, we'll be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man. Let's quickly look up the word wiles. Do that real quick. Wiles. The devious or cunning stratagems, stratagems employed in manipulating or persuading someone to do one that he wants. See? So basic wiles, basically Andrew White, so like it. Basically to try to manipulate you to do his will. So basically the manipulation of Satan. They will be able to fight against it. Okay? The tricks and the devices of Satan. Verse 12. For you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which are demons, and powers, demons, against the rulers of darkness of this world. And the rulers of this world are basically controlled by these demons, against spiritual wickedness in high places, which are demons. So we are constantly fighting against the demons. We are spiritual warfare the whole time. Why these demons try to affect our body, our flesh, that we're gonna follow it? Okay, we have a spiritual thought, and then right after it comes a fleshly thought, and want to basically push the righteous thought out of the way and gonna give you a wicked thought. So a constant fight, man. To spring power of YAHAWASHI. It doesn't matter how long the truth, because the more you step up your game in the truth, the more the demons gonna step up their game. You're gonna have high level demons, like El Pastor said also. And that's the thing, okay? We have to stand strong, YAHAWASHI, and have to understand that the old man gonna come back the whole time, man. Verse 10, Colossians 3 and 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created them. See? This thing, so we have to put on the new man and be renewed in the knowledge and the wisdom, so in the knowledge to know of YAHAWASHI's word, man. After the image, the likeness, be like YAHAWASHI and the angels, because the angels are 100% obedient, and we should be in like manner, okay? And that's the thing, so we have to understand that right now we have a conflict in us the whole time, constantly, 24/7. Our worst enemy is 24/7 with us, which is our flesh, okay? 24/7, when I mean 24/7, I mean 24/7. All day, every day. And every day is a new fight. So this conflict in us going to be taken away in the kingdom. Why? Because it says here in Jeremiah 31 and 31, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahawah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. So new contract with the house of Israel, a fresh contract, and with the house of Judah, so with all Israel, with all 12 tribes, showing you that this covenant is for Israel. Because when you go to the Hebrew book of Hebrews, it says the same thing, but we're going to read it later. Verse 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, because we break the covenant. Okay, this is why we're under the curses. We break the word of YAHAWASHI. We didn't hearken unto it, especially our forefathers, which we are. although I was a husband unto them. See, so the Lord is a husband unto us. So we are his wife, like it says in Jeremiah 6:1, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws in the inward parts. See the laws. So his law is going to be in our inward parts. The law is going to be written in us and write them in our hearts and in our minds so we can't sin anymore. So the flesh is going to be finally defeated. So we finally get the victory. That's why we fight right now for the victory. We're going to fight, we fight right now the good fight of faith. Let's get that real quick. Okay, in 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 10. Okay, no, 6 and 10. What I'm talking about, man. Fight. Oh, so like I was right. But not verse 10, because 10 says the love of money is the root of all evil. But verse 12, fight the good fight of faith. See, fight the good fight of faith. So we're in a spiritual warfare the whole time. And it will never stop till Yahushua gonna come back and make us perfect. Because then we're gonna overcome the evil one. Then we're gonna overcome our flesh and Satan. Lay hold on eternal life. See? So lay hold on it. Hope for it. Where unto thou art called. And how are we gonna inherit eternal life? By doing unto the end, make for the kingdom, be righteous son of YAHAWASHI, be ready to lay down our life for YAHAWASHI, and feed the flock right now, study to show ourselves approved, and also doing unto the end, man, and be chosen. That's the thing, okay? Whereunto thou art called. Because all about YAHAWASHI is chosen. Because like it says in Romans chapter 9, it's not neither of him that runneth, neither of him that willeth, paraphrase. So it's all about YAHAWASHI's election. So lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called. So we are called unto eternal life. If we elect RAWCHAA, we of this number, man, 144,000, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. See? So we have to fight the good fight of faith unto the end. And profess a good profession, okay, before many witnesses. So you have spoke good words. Let's get recruit the word profession. It says, profession. Let's look that up, man. A paid occupation. See, a paid occupation, especially one that involves prolonged training and a formal qualification. See, and that's all we have, man. So let's read that again. A paid occupation, so paid work, okay, especially one that involves prolonged training. What we're going through right now, we're going through prolonged training and a formal qualification, and Yahuwah chose us to do this work. So we got all of that, man. We profess that profession before many witnesses. We profess that word, or this work, this occupation before many witnesses, man. Let's look up the word occupy. Okay. Occupy. It says to take possession and retain or keep. Okay, to take up space or room or time. See? So take up time to do what? To work for Yahuwah. Okay? Employ someone. See? For what? To work. And that's what we have to do, to spin off Yahuwah until the bitter end. So going back to Jeremiah 31 and 33, read it from the top again. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my laws in the inward parts. See? So Yahweh is going to put his laws in our inward parts. It doesn't mean that he's going to cut us open and tattoo them in our inward parts. No. They're going to be in our mind, like it says here, and write them in the hearts. See? So we're going to be filled with the 100% knowledge with understanding. We're going to be filled with the law and can't go off anymore. So we defeated the flesh and finally. Okay? And will be their power, and they shall be my people. See? Verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. So we don't have to teach our neighbor what anymore? And every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. See? So we don't have to do this anymore. What we're doing right now, the teaching is going to be done away with. We don't have to teach the nation of Israel anymore. Why? Because it says this, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them. See, so all going to know Yahweh from the least unto the greatest, save Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sins no more. And that's the thing. So we have to understand that this constant conflict is going to be done away with. This constant fighting inside of us is going to be done away with. Through the spirit power of Yahweh Shai, through teaching us or it's like through putting the laws in our inward parts, through making us perfect. Okay? And it's going to be physically manifested with the new bodies. Because they will read the definition of, or the etymology, the root of the word of perfect means complete. So we're going to be completed to the spring of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Come. So now going to Hebrews chapter 8 verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, let's start at 7. For if the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault in them, with the nation of Israel, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant, so a fresh covenant, with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. See, with all Israel. Now with new Israel, what the Christians always want to claim now, with the house of Israel, man, with the 12 tribes. Showing you the 12 tribes are not done away with. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt. Okay? Because they continued not in my covenant. See? So let's read it again. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahawah, saith the Lord. So basically, the Lord won't do it according that he basically took us out of Egypt, because hey, not right now he's gonna take us out of New Egypt, man. Okay, verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them into their hearts. See? So it's going to be all over us, man. They're going to be fully manifest in us. And I will be to them a power, and there shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. This won't be done. This will be done away with, because we have people right here out there. They don't know Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But it's going to be done away with, man. They're all going to know Yahweh Shem Yahushai, from the least to the greatest, like we read before. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. See, verse 12. For I will be merciful unto the unrighteousness. See, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to have mercy on us, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he saith, a new covenant, he has made the first old, and now which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away. Okay, we're not in the new covenant yet. Okay, we're not in the new covenant because we don't have the Lord in our inward part, man. Okay, so go on to Ezekiel chapter 36, and let me start at 21. But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went. Verse 22. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sake. So the Lord won't do this what we're going to read for our sakes, but for his sakes, our house of Israel, but for mine holy namesake. That's what you have to understand. The Lord did all this for his namesake. Did everybody know his name? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which he have profaned among the heathen, whither he went. So how is it that the name of the Lord doesn't matter? And it's all about the name of the Lord, man. Okay, which you have profaned among the heathen, whither you went. And this what happened, because a people forgot the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and to that profaned it, man. Okay, forgot about it, talk shit about it. And also we have to understand the Lord is raising up this last kingdom, this kingdom of Esau right now, in such a great manner, in such a great fashion. Why? That he can magnify his name more than ever before. That everybody gonna fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai forever. Okay, and gonna know his name. Verse 23, and I will sanctify my great name. See? And when it's where sanctify means clean. So you're gonna clean his name, which is profaned among the heathen. Because the heathen said, what you say again? They're mocking it, man. Acting like it's nothing, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahawah, saith the Lord Yahawah. But I shall be sanctified in you before the eyes. See, in you, in us. So the Lord gonna be sanctified in us before the eyes. See, so the Lord gonna do mighty works to the nation of Israel, and his name gonna be manifest. For I will take you from among the heathen, so gonna gather his elect, and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. See, so the Lord gonna bring us into our own land. This didn't happen yet. Then I will sprinkle you clean. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, okay, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. And a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. See? So the Lord gonna give us a new mind and a new spirit. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh. I will give you a heart of flesh. See, and this is basically what we're seeing right now happen step by step, but ultimately fully basically manifested. The sprinkle of Yahweh SHAM and get the new bodies and new bodies, man. Everything gonna be new because of a stony heart gonna be taken away. A flesh heart, we're gonna get a fleshly heart, man. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. See? So we're gonna be made perfect. We're gonna be made perfect, man. Because right now we can't walk in the statutes 100%. We can't keep the judgments to 100%. Neither do them 100%. Okay? But in the kingdom we're gonna be able to. And let's go real quick to 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse. We're gonna jump down a little bit, but we're gonna start at verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there's one kind of flesh of men. Okay, so the man got a different flesh, not of beasts, not of fishes, not of birds. So showing you also that you can't eat all flesh, man. Because people say like, yeah, we can eat man. No, you can't, because different kind of flesh. Only because we all bleed, okay, and have muscles doesn't mean that we can eat everything. We can't eat a man. You can't eat all beasts. You can't eat all fishes. You can't eat all birds. Okay, every bird, every beast has its own purpose. Some birds are to be eaten, some are not. Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies. Okay, let's quickly look up celestial. Okay, exists in heaven. Okay, things that take place in heaven. So heavenly origin and nature. Okay, so basically heavenly bodies. Okay, and bodies terrestrial, so terra from the ground, which are we. We are terrestrial bodies, and celestial bodies are the angels. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is one. So the celestial glory, for example, is infinite energy, okay, not dying. Basically, not having the flesh. The terrestrial glory, for example, is eating, smelling, having sex, you know, so on and so forth. Things like that. So they're basically two different bodies, the celestial and terrestrial. But we're going to be extraterrestrial. So we're going to have the spiritual bodies. Okay? So we're going to have we're going to have both. We're going to be fused in both, basically. The terrestrial and the celestial are going to be fused, and the extraterrestrial is what going to be the elect. Because when you go down to verse, I wanted to start. Right here, 49. And as we have borne the image of the earthly, Salakia, we shall also be the image of the heavenly. See? Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So we're gonna have both. We are born the image of the earthly, which shall also be the image of the heavenly, which is gonna be the extraterrestrial bodies. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. And we had the word corruption. What was it again? I think it was Colossians. Let me look it up real quick. Because there was one precept where it says corrupt. Give me a second. They're right here. Ephesians 4:22, that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt. See? So we in corruption right now. Okay, we in corruption right now, but going back to 1 Corinthians 15 and 50, it says here again, now this I say then, this I say, brethren, that the flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, so we won't all die, but we all shall all be changed. So not all of us gonna be dying, but all of us gonna be changed into what the extraterrestrial bodies, man. Verse 52, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we all shall be changed. So we have the extraterrestrial bodies, man. Okay, we're gonna have earthly vessels, but gonna be like angels. So we're gonna have sex, we're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, but we're gonna have the spiritual powers like angels. Okay, so we're going to be the perfect, we're going to be complete. You're going to have the earthly and the celestial, which is going to be the extraterrestrial. We're going to be complete. That's why I put on at the beginning of the lesson the word perfect, which means complete. Okay, verse 53. Because we're going to all be changed, man. In the twinkling of an eye. In one moment, like this, we're going to be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. See? So when this corruptible, which we are right now, shall put on incorruption, and this mortal, because we can die right now, shall put on immortality, showing we're going to be immortal, won't dying, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. See? So we're going to fight and going to get the victory. Because we fight the good fight of faith right now against the flesh. Okay? We fight constantly against the flesh. Our number one enemy is the flesh. So we fight constantly. And at the end, we're going to overcome. And this conflict inside of us between flesh and spirit going to be done away with, because we're going to have the victory over the flesh, over death. Oh death, where's thy sting? Oh grave, where's thy victory? See, because what it says, the sting of death is sin. So the power of death is sin. Because what? When you break the law, for the wage of sin is death. Romans 6:23. So if you sin, you're going to die. And the strength of sin is the law. And when we have the law in our inward parts, like we read before, we can't sin anymore. Because we're going to be perfect. We're going to be complete. The law is going to be completely in us. And our wicked heart going to be changed into a righteous heart. Into a heart of flesh. Okay? And that's the thing. But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. So we have the victory already. We just have to endure. The elect got the victory already, man. Verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. See, always abounding, always doing the work, man. We should really be having this work right now, man. We should follow the example of the elders and apostles from also, man. For as much as you know that your labor is not vain in the Lord. And that's the thing, so you have to understand that this conflict that we have the whole time in us going to be done away with. Let's finish with that precept, Revelation 21, and let's start at 1. Okay. It's Revelation 21, and let's start at 1. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. See? So a fresh rulership and a fresh earth. Why? For the first heaven and the first earth will pass away, that there was no more sea. See? So the first earth, the first heaven, so the rulership before us, and the first earth, the defiled earth that we're living right now, will pass away. To what? To the nuclear fire. And the fire of the ICBM from the chariots, man. The laser beams. So it's going to be refreshed. Going to be burned clean. Verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for a husband, showing you again that we are the spiritual wife of Yahawah. This way he was so furious with us when we went to the other idols, when we worshipped other gods. And the New Jerusalem, which is the elect. Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, like we read before. See? Jeremiah 31:31 going down. And the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power. See? So Yahweh is going to be with us. And the law is going to be written in our inward part, and then it's going to come to pass this, verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. See? Immortality. Neither sorrow. You can't sin anymore. No more pain, no crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things have passed away. So the former body, the old man, is done away with. Because we're going to be the extraterrestrial body. The former world is done away with. With the old man, everything going to be done away with. We're going to be finally made perfect. And the earth going to be reigned in righteousness. So this conflict that we have inside of us the whole time going to be done away with. And we're going to be finally in peace, man. Soon, there won't be any conflict inside of you. This was all about the lesson, man. Alright, this was the lesson all about. Okay, so everything I got. RAWCHAA to the spirit, power, grace of Yahweh, YAHAWASHI, KABAD. Was lesson edifying for the elect? I want to give once again, HALALYAM, HAWAD, KABAD, THAWADAH, AHBANAWA, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, KADASH, YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, KADASH. RAWCHAA to next time. Shalom, Barakatam, to the elect. Salakia. Shalom. Yahweh Shemir Kadash Brakatam Wahaplatam Shalom to the elect. Shalom till next time, man. Shalom. Shalom. is Aksa from James Germany with a quick correction. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor and thanks to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem KADASH, Brakate Yahawah, Brakate Oshai, Brakate Yahawah, Brakate Oshai, Brakate Yahawah, Brakate Oshai, Ba'ashem KADASH. I want to give again double honors to the elders and apostles and millstones who told us the truth. Peace and blessings, salutations to the Akim out there, the whole field life, who spread this truth with sincerity and always with charity across the four winds. And to sincere listeners, I also say Shalom. So basically, this video that is not published yet. Soon there won't be any affliction inside of you. And I had to basically have correction to make concerning this video. It's gonna be quick. We're gonna play it and then I'm gonna correct it in a second. Okay, there's the correction. I have to jump in basically because I said this is happening step by step, which is basically incorrect. You know, of course, we as men of the Lord return to Yahweh Shai, return righteous to what I was referring to in this video. But what this precept is talking about basically is gonna happen in the kingdom. The point when I said it's ultimately happening in the kingdom is 100% correct because it's gonna happen in the kingdom. The Lord gonna take away our stony, wicked heart, give us a heart of flesh. Okay, like it says again, Ezekiel 36:26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. See? So basically, the Lord gonna make us perfect, gonna give us a heart of flesh, you know. And there's things where you're gonna make us perfect, you're gonna make us new, like I said. After that, the only mistake was, basically I said that this is happening right now. No, this is gonna be in the kingdom. Okay, and that's the thing. So hey, stay sharp on yourself because I was asking myself about it, asking brother, and just hey, ask for counsel if you can on certain topics that you may be a little bit weak on, you know, and then get the right correction, and then Yahweh won't happen again. So it's everything I got. Yahweh to the supreme power, mercy, grace of Yahweh Shai, Bashim KADASH. This is listed edifying. I want to give once again HALALYAM, HAWAD, KABAD, THAWADAH. ABENAWA, YAHAWAH, Shai, Bashim KADASH. Brakate Yahawah, Brakate Oshai, Bashim KADASH. Yahawah, Shai, Bashim KADASH. Brakatam, Wahabratam, Shalom to the elect. Yahweh to the next time. Shalom, Wa Brakatam, Wa Papa. Don't forget, this is talking about the kingdom. Not right now, it's talking about the kingdom. Of course, right now, like I said before, we return to Yahweh Shai, come back, but in the kingdom, all the nations of Israel, the whole nation gonna come back to Yahweh Shai. Okay, and this is talking about this. So yeah, man. Yahweh to the next time. Shalom, Wa Brakatam, Wa Papa.